how is the course structured?
The course is structured in that you will have 2 teachers per each class. One teacher will be doing the pure content and the statistics content. The other teacher will do the pure and mechanics content. So the pure is split 50-50 between the 2 teachers.
What are the key topics covered?
In the pure maths, the key topics covered will be an extension of what you've learnt at GCSE. So we will start by looking at things like surds, indices, quadratics, straight line graphs, and then they'll lead on to new topics that you won't listen at GCSE. The very important branch of calculus, where we'll do differentiation and integration. We'll look at what's called exponentials and logarithms, and we'll do a lot on extending our trigonometry knowledge from GCSE, and that will continue throughout year 12 and 13. Statistics will look at other topics you will know from GCSE, such as probability, all your graphs such as histograms, box plots, and we'll do a lot of work with averages, but we'll start to introduce probability distributions like the binomial distribution and the normal distribution, which we'll meet in year 12 and year 13. And then the mechanics, there isn't much of that content in the GCSE, so it's mostly brand new. It has some links to physics, but it doesn't matter if you don't do physics. We'll start by looking at the equations of motion, which you might know as Suvat equations, and do work with like velocity time graphs, displacement time graphs, and then do a lot of work with forces and moments in year 13.
What are the assessments involved?
The assessment is all at the end of year 13. It's a 100% exam. You will do 3 exams at the end of year 13. They are all 2 hours long. There are 2 for pure maths, and there is 1 for the applied maths. So you do 4 hours exams in pure maths, and the 2 hours is split between 1 hour stats and 1 hour mechanics. So the course is 2/3 pure, 1/6 stats, and 1/6 mechanics.
What grades do you need to study maths at A-level?
Our entry criteria for the maths course is a 7, but obviously if you get an 8 or a 9, that's even better because you will have less catch up to do as you begin at the A-level.
Is it any different from the GCSE?
I think the A-level has much more emphasis on interpreting questions and problem solving questions. You're less likely to get questions which are just skill based and recalling. There's a lot more emphasis on problem solving and applying your knowledge and seeing the links between areas. I think a lot of the work, shape work that's in the GCSE doesn't really come into the A-level. There's a lot more emphasis on algebraic skills, so you need to make sure you're really confident at all your algebra from the GCSE.
Is there any equipment to buy?
Yes, we require the A-level maths students to have a calculator that's different from the one used at GCSE. Some students may already use it at GCSE because it is allowed in the GCSE. It's called the Casio Class Whiz calculator, and it is necessary to do all the statistical functions that you need to do at A-level, and it costs about £25.
So, are there any trips for the maths course?
You may be surprised that there are occasionally some trips within the maths department. You'll all have heard of the maths challenge that people sit in school. At the senior level, we do take part in the team maths challenge, where we send 4 students to Cambridge each year to take part in the team maths challenge. And often there are other organisations that run like problem solving conferences or group work conferences, which people go on university taster days for maths and stuff like that to get involved with.
What jobs can you do from taking A-level maths?
Doing A-level maths will open so many doors for you. It's really highly regarded and well valued by both universities and employers. Doing maths A-level will pretty much allow you to get onto any degree course or apprenticeship once you leave school. And we have seen students go into sectors in like finance, accounting, statistics, but equally anywhere really you can go with maths. So what have you found most interesting about your maths studies so far?
I feel like it's quite different to GCSE in terms of problem solving, so it's more interesting, and you can apply it to real world situations, which is always more interesting than just numbers and words.
It's definitely more problem solving. I like the mechanics side because it's so new and it's not like building on anything you did at GCSE. It's really applied, and I like that about maths.
No, I like it when we can like discuss with different people as well. Bring it together.
How did you find the transition from your GCSEs to A-level maths?
I found it quite easy because a lot of it is building on the same sort of concepts, but there's also some new stuff like mechanics and that sort of thing.
Yeah, you definitely start building on, so we started on indices, and like SERDs, so building on things you did at GCSE, which is like a nice way to transition, because it is a big step up, but they handled it well here.
Yeah, and then the new concepts get slowly introduced rather than all
Yeah.
thrown at you at the same time, so it's not like too daunting.
Yeah.
Can you just think about any advice you might give a potential candidate for maths in year 11 who's not sure what way they want to study it, or might think about what they need to do in preparation to study? What would you say if you can think back to like a year ago?
I think to prepare for it, the summer after your GCSEs, you kind of need to stay on top of just like refresh your math knowledge, especially like algebra and stuff, just so it doesn't fade away and you have to start again in year 12.
Yeah.
It's important just to keep a little bit going over the summer.
Yeah, the advice I would give once you actually start is to, once you're here, ask your teachers for help, because at the start of the year I didn't, and it's so easy to let it all build up, but the teachers here are so good and they will help you when you need it, so ask for it. That's what I would say.
So you mentioned about continuing to practice skills. What skills do you think they need to be practicing?
So I think definitely algebra, because
Yeah,
there's a lot of
algebra
algebra.
Yeah.
Like basic trigonometry.
Yeah, it's just good to have a really solid foundation of lots of skills that are built on at A-level, because kind of when you join, it's largely assumed that you've got them under your belt, so you just want to make sure that you have.
I think like indices
so you're not
and
playing
surds,
catch up. Yeah.
because you go into that in the first term as well, so that's important to be able to.
And have you ever noticed, like in a lesson where you don't feel like you've understood something, make sure you just go and catch up on it again, because it is like every now and then you get yourself behind, and you come back to it, and it's just like you don't know what's going on.
Brilliant. Why did you choose to study maths?
I chose maths because my other subject is biology and chemistry, which it goes really well with. They complement each other really well, and there's a lot of crossover, so the statistics side of maths crosses over with biology a lot, and then lots of the maths skills you learn are really helpful in chemistry and biology, so I find that helpful.
No, I've always found like GCSE maths was like the main GCSE that I thought it was natural for me to pick up, sort of thing. So I chose it.
Yeah, I'm doing biology and chemistry as well, so it's similar. It
Yeah.
kind of links in, and also I just find maths interesting and satisfying because there's an answer to it.
Yeah, no.
Like a lot
Yeah,
of
when you
subjects,
can do it.
yeah, there's
so
a definitive answer,
Mhm.
so it's just nice to be able to work that out.
Okay, so do you find in our maths lessons you're surrounded by people doing a wide variety of subjects?
Yeah, I think definitely a lot of people like do biology and chemistry,
Yeah.
but there's definitely people that do like physics, and there's some people that just do crazy combinations.
Yeah, I think maths complements everything because
Yeah, it
every
does go
subject has a
quite
little
well.
bit of maths in it.
Yeah.
So I think in class there's a mix of people doing different A levels.
Yeah. So our final question is, what do you want to do after having studied maths here at Hearts in Essex?
I am planning next year to study biomedical science degree at university, and then I want to go into like a research medical field after I've left university.
And do you feel like the maths you've studied will help you there?
Definitely, yeah. It's so many uni courses look for it. When I've been researching at the moment, so many places really value maths, so it's a really good thing to have if you're looking to go to uni.
Yeah, I'm someone who doesn't really know what they want to do, but I know that maths is going to be an important part of like what I decide to do in the future.
I think for me, I want to do medicine, so I want to be a doctor. And I think maths, not just being able to do maths itself, but the skills you pick up by learning it, and like the problem solving skills and like being able to interpret data is all really important for that field.